Hello YouTube. So I'm going to show you how I process videos in a computer I record with my GoPro 8. But first, let me show you what setting I'm using to get this footage, and afterwards I show you how I process it. So let's have a look. So here's my profile. Normally I'm recording under the water. So 2.7K, 120 FPS, wide lens and hyper smooth. Now it's kind of balanced for this GoPro. I would rather go 4K 120 and wider lens and boost of the hyper, but it has its limits. It cannot go more further, so it's kind of compromise. And oops. So but more important part is, no, we don't wanna, so we don't wanna this one. More important part is here shutter. So I'm higher bit rate. Shutter is automatic. Compensation a little bit lower, so one under. So I don't have overblown highlights. That's usually pretty handy. And here is so important. White balance native. Okay, you really want to keep white balance native. Means that camera doesn't process any of the colors. Okay, whatever is recorded as a capture by the sensor is recorded. Okay, and here flat coral profile. So these two are so important. Now sharpness, you play with it. I don't like it too much. I think medium is kind of okay. So yeah, that's my underwater profile. Okay, so this footage is made exactly with these settings, and this is how it looks like. So it's a video where I'm going from the surface and following the stingray afterwards. All right, so I found usually spot like this, but I'm fairly close to the object. I need to adjust the colors and I need to adjust the contrast. And I'm doing it with uh, a function called curves. Color curves. Let's see. We needed two. Yeah, that's what it is. And we needed two. So first, I changed the contrast. And how you change the contrast with the curves? Now I'm adjusting all RGB. Okay, because I'm doing just uh, contrast. So I'll just now lows, and here will be highs. Okay, and depends really what was the conditions you somehow set it up. And let me hold on. So I have whole thing here, and oh, maybe like this. Okay, so this could be about the right. Now I'm going to second. It's exactly the same filter. It just has a different settings. What I'm going to do, I'm going to adjust just to red. And look, and here's how I came up with, because I understand that in the water, first what you're losing is a red color, and pretty quickly. So if you boost the red, you can get very close what it actually is. And look at this, how different it looks like now. You can play a little bit with it. All right, but here we go. So if I progress with, oops, uh, you see, it's already, the colors are much better, right? And it's really based to, you can play with the other one, with the green and blue. I would leave it blue and maybe if you see, if you remove a little bit of green, it might has a little bit better color. I don't know. I think now it's too reddish. So yeah, you can play with it for sure. And let's take a little bit down. How it look now? How it looks now? Oops. I got some frame drops because I show you in a second. It's a 120 frames per second, so sometimes computer doesn't process so fast. Uh, but yes, it's about good color. Usually I just boost the red, but in this case seems to be okay with the green. Maybe now it's too green. Okay, anyway, if we come back to this passage here, so that's one part. Now I've got adjusted contrast and the color. We can try a little bit boost the what's in Photoshop known as a dehaze. So, and it's actually made with the unsharp mask. So for some reason, this software doesn't allow add the unsharp mask after the color, so I have to redo it. However, what we have here, it's a this menu, well, it's for sharpening. However, if you overblow it and with the radius, you see you get this kind of very strong contrast, but it's different as a curve. You can't do it with a curve. So let's find some balance, maybe here, and that's how it looks like now. You see now computer is be struggling, but it's going. And it looks pretty good, isn't it? So last thing what I'm going to do, let's say from here, find the spot. And I'm going to split it here. I found the end of the sequence. Let's say, where are we going? No, it's already too far away. So I want this part to be slow motion because I have recorded in 120 frames per second. I can do it. So let's go up to here. Let's say, okay. I'm going to split it again. And here, with pressing Control, I can pull it like this. So now it's 4 times slower. Okay. So it looks like it's going. Hold on. I'm not recording for some reason sound. I'm going to mutate it. But when it comes now for this part what is a slow motion, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? And that's another idea for you, that you should always record in high frame seconds. Well, always, if you gather enough light. Of course, if you do like night dive or like dawn or dusk, of course, it's kind of tricky. But if you got the light, even like if it's not direct sunshine, what in this case wasn't, it's quite late in the evening. You should really record everything 120 frames per second, because then you can do it like this. Okay, so now I'm back on the regular speed, and I just export it and I've got a video. So the last thing, very briefly, I've got here, I can pan and crop, and sometimes you can zoom in it. I can, like, if I want like certain part, 920, 80. So I would have this part zoom on it, so I can do it with the software as well. But that's already another part of the video, and this was a focus more on uh, working with the colors and maybe contrast. So I hope that helped, and I wish you good luck for nice footage and good post processing. Bye.